What's good, people? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please do subscribe down below, smash the like, hit the bell. Those things help out a lot. YouTube does notify people when we got new uploads, so make sure you hit that bell so you get notified. Anyway guys, today we got a dope episode for you because it's all about a secret fertilizer, maybe not so secret, I don't know, that you guys could be using at home for absolutely next to nothing. Because I know a lot of you guys be cooking food out here. I know I do. I be boiling rice all the friggin' time. But did you guys know that there's a leftover part of this that can be used that you guys would probably just be throwing away? And that contains super important nutrients for plant growth like magnesium, calcium, iron, and sulfur, and a whole lot more. And when you throw that away, you're literally throwing away tons of important nutrients. So in today's episode, we're gonna break all that down for you guys. Before we get into that, of course, I gotta shout out the iCanFAM VIP Bean Club, man. The Bean Club is popping. You guys know we always got genetics going out to all VIPs, man. Mailboxes are always burning down. So if you guys want some of that fire and want to try out some new genetics, then definitely join up with the iCanFAM VIP Bean Club. And if you guys are tired of losing beans, then definitely hit that Qualitips germination booster a try. Crazy white taproots within 24 hours, no viruses, no funguses, no more lost seeds, and improved germination rates. Hit that discount code icanthc and you won't regret it, fam. And without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Yes guys, now this is a technique that not a lot of people know about. It's actually a question that I think I've seen come up a couple times. And that is that water that's left over from boiling your rice good for plants? And how the hell can I use it in my garden? Well, the answer is, guys, yeah. That water left over from boiling your rice is beneficial for plants as it contains nutrients released from boiling the rice during cooking. Now this starchy water... Stupid. Now this starchy water can actually act as a natural fertilizer due to the presence of residual nutrients. And you can actually use it as a plant fertilizer in your garden. Once the rice water cools down, use it to water your plants. Those diluted nutrients in the water can provide a gentle boost to your plants. Just make sure to allow the water to cool completely before using it to avoid shocking those ladies. And I am just trying to hype this thing up because literally I came across one study which said the rice water contains many nutrients. And not just that, but in their testing they found that the growth of many varieties like tomatoes, lettuce, mushrooms, peppers, and even garlic, their growth literally increased. Now, first of all, rice water does contain 3 of the most important and necessary nutrients for your ladies. I'm talking nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. It also contains other important nutrients for healthy growth like magnesium, calcium, iron, and sulfur. Now, sulfur is believed to promote the synthesis of thiamine, that's vitamin B1, which helps plants resist diseases. So in that way, maybe you can also think of it as a pest-resistant thing? I wouldn't go so far as to call it an insecticide, but you get what I'm saying. It'll help your ladies resist those pests. Now, rice water also contains many B vitamins, which are essential to plant health and growth. In general, it's been found that the nutrient composition of rice water is equivalent to that of standard inorganic fertilizers. This literally makes it a high-quality organic fertilizer that you can make at home. Now, I touched on starch a little bit earlier. In addition, rice water does contain starch. We all know this. They literally call it a starch on the things of foods that you eat, just like starch and carbs and all that shit. Rice is a starch, right? Now, starch plays an important role in feeding the bacterial and fungal environment in the garden. Starch can not only promote plant growth, but it's also an important energy source for healthy bacteria and important fungi. Perfect. Your garden literally depends on it to keep it healthy. So smash a like for that. If you didn't know, now you know. Now, I can feel some of you already asking in the comments, yo Matt, how do I make it? Do I need to ferment it? Or do I just take it straight out of the pot, let it cool, and pour it all over my garden? Well, that's a good question because there are usually 2 ways that you guys can use rice water. First of all, a lot of people like to wash the undercooked rice before cooking, and this is an optional step in preparing rice. Personally, I like to do it. I always wash my rice before cooking. That remaining water can be used in your garden. You don't always just gotta throw it down the drain. On the other hand, you can use the water that's left back after boiling the rice. The boiled rice water is definitely more nutritious than the washed rice water. And that's simply because the boiling process extracts more nutrients from the rice, while washing, on the other hand, usually only extracts nutrients off of the bran or the husk of the rice. Now, another downside is that although starch can promote the growth of healthy bacteria, starch in rice water can also feed harmful bacteria that may damage your crops. So just keep that in mind. And sometimes starch may also attract pests which may eat or damage your plants. So depending on where you're at, if you got like pests and critters and stuff like that to worry about, especially if you're outdoors, then this may not be the answer. But it still can work, obviously. Now I have heard some people say that too much rice water causes root rot, but personally I'm not sure that that's down to the rice water. I think it's just down to the water. Too much overwatering causes root rot, we all know this. So definitely don't go too hard. Now I mentioned fermentation earlier on, and fermentation is definitely a good idea if you're up for it. Now scientific research by Nabai, I hope I did not butcher that name, actually found that fermented rice water can significantly increase the beneficial effects of using rice water as a plant fertilizer. So in other words, regular rice water, fermented rice water. Now not only that, but the fermentation process also promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria and kills that harmful bacteria. It's literally good for the plants in the garden, fam. Fermentation is almost always good, especially if you guys are in organics. Specifically, you can ferment rice water to promote the growth of lactic acid bacteria. This is the same bacteria that also plays a role in vital human health. It kills off a lot of pathogens which are harmful to human beings, and that's why it's a good idea to also use fermented rice water to fertilize your garden and to promote healthy growth of your ladies. Now fermented rice water is a little bit less complicated than it sounds to actually make. The good news is it's actually super simple. The first step in this process is to make your rice water. You can either boil it or just wash it like we spoke about earlier. After making the rice, place a few scoops inside of a mason jar and fill it with water. You can use distilled water because some of that chlorine can kill the microbes. If you haven't seen my episode on tap water, definitely check that out. Water may be hurting your plants, and you'll see why. Once you're done with that, cover the jar with a cheesecloth and store it in a dark spot for about 1 to 2 weeks. Some folks even put it in nature, like in the forest or in the woods, and that way it's said to harvest some good microbes. If you ain't got a forest or the woods nearby, you can just put it in a cool dark spot. Now, some fungi may grow on the surface. If you see black, brown, or orange growth, probably just discard it and start new. You should only see white mold. You're looking for some nice white mold. Usually that's the type of mold that's deemed harmless. And pro tip, fill as many jars as possible and place them in various locations. You can also try cutting down the amount of days to about 3 or 5. That's usually just about enough for that bacteria to grow. Now, after fermentation, filter and dilute the fermented rice broth and then water it to your plants periodically. Do not pour it in pure form, guys. That can encrust on the soil surface and it can attract gnats and other unwanted pests. Yo, y'all gotta check out them new Mars Hydro Evo smart lights, fam. Those lights rock. Y'all know we've been running Mars Hydro gear on this channel for the longest while now. And no matter whether you're a beginner grower or a master grower, whatever the hell that means, then for sure, Mars Hydro lights got you covered, fam. Two of my personal favorites are the FC8000 and the SP3000. These lights rock. And now Mars Hydro's leveled up the game even more with these Evo smart lights, fam. Definitely check them out, guys. And of course, we got you guys covered with that discount code icanthc. Use that and snag a nice little discount on anything. Definitely check out the Mars Hydro official website. Now, if I were you guys, I'd use that discount code on them new Evo smart lights, fam. These lights got some amazing standout features, such as the Samsung LM301H Evo's high efficiency rating. We're talking 3.14 UMOs per joule for a single diode and 2.85 UMOs per joule for the entire light. Mind-blowing. Plus, they also got that new smart FC4000 Evo bar light made for 2x4 coverage. So if you're like me and you love to use 2x4 tents just because of how versatile and nifty they are, then this light is definitely worth a try. For any 2x4 tent, I'd recommend this or the SP3000. I love my SP3000. And for any 4x4 or 5x5 tent, I'm gonna definitely recommend these new Evo smart lights or that FC8000. I've also used the FC6500 and it works great. Now, it doesn't stop there, guys, because Mars Hydro's also got tons of grow tents, carbon filters, and other grow equipment as well. If you're just starting off, you can grab an entire grow kit with everything that you need to get started from seed all the way to harvest, including thermometers, pots, timers, the works. With that Mars Hydro iCanTHC discount, you guys can get it at a great price too. So level up your grow room and thank me later. You won't regret it, I promise you, fam. Whether you have fermented rice water or not, you can use it to water your garden. Non-fermented rice water can only be used as a supplement to standard watering, and although there's no clear scientific guide to the exact amount and consistency, a lot of folks out there believe that unfermented rice water should only be used to water your garden once every 2 weeks or so. So really don't go in there every single watering with rice water. If you do go in there and overwater your garden with unfermented rice water, you may promote unnecessary bacterial growth and just get root rot. Now, it can also work as compost activation. Rice water can be added to a compost pile to enhance microbial activity and add nutrients to that compost. It also introduces organic matter and nutrients that enrich the composting process. Now, you can use rice water for indoor or outdoor plants, it doesn't matter, but there are a few considerations that you guys need to know. Moderation, moderation, moderation. While the rice water does contain nutrients, excessive use might lead to imbalances or promote fungal growth due to its high starch content. Use it sparingly and dilute it with additional water if needed. And always use plain rice water. Make sure it's just plain plain white rice. You don't want any added spices, salts, oil, colors, any of that stuff. Those additives may not be suitable for your lady. And of course, as always, you gotta observe your ladies. Make sure you can see how they react, what your plant's response to the rice water. Not all plants may respond positively, so observe your plants for any adverse effects like mold growth, plant stress, or funguses. So when providing rice water for your plants, it's important to monitor the health of your plants, and if you find some bad results, probably just ease up a little bit and take a step back. Dial back a little bit. As with everything in life, just dial it back a little bit. And if you want to go the fermented route because you're an organic grower, then that can definitely promote healthy bacterial growth and ensure the vitality of your ladies. Plus, that can help you save some cash that would otherwise be spent on commercial fertilizers, pesticides, all types of crazy stuff. Literally, all you need is some rice and some water. So all that said, using rice water in your garden is a natural and eco-friendly way to provide some nutrients to your plants, but it should be part of an overall balanced approach to plant care and fertilization. If you've ever done it, drop it in the comment down below and let me know. If you want to find out more about growing that fire, check out any episode on screen right now, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, fam.